if I found the right things to say and asked a series of questions, everything came together. The number one building block of all rapport, all connection, is the ability to ask questions. Anybody know Dr. Phil? Does anybody know how much Dr. Phil makes every year? I just looked it up. $100 million a year. Do you know how much his net worth is? It's now just shy of $1 billion. And what makes him so great? Asking questions. Think about this. If you had a headache and you went into a brain surgeon, would you be a little bit afraid if you walked in and you said, hey, I've got a headache? And he said, great, let's schedule surgery. Think about that for a minute. That would be ludicrous. Because the reality is, as a doctor, to your point, he's going to do what? Or she's going to do what? They're going to ask you questions. And they're going to get down into the nitty-gritty. So write this down. Let's spend some time here. I think this is one of the most important topics for great salespeople. Number one, help me understand. Number two, share with me. Number three, what's most important? Number four, tell me more. And number five, is there anything else? Guys, I can promise you that if you will master these 5 questions, and you can add anything after them, help me understand what you're ultimately trying to accomplish. Share with me what's most important to you about getting moved. And then let's put a few things around this. Write down the words, I'm confused. It's a really great way to start into these questions. Yeah, we're going to keep looking on our own. You're going to keep looking on your own. Wow, I'm confused. How are you going to find the best deals? How are you going to find the homes that come on the market immediately and are almost gone minutes later? I'm confused. Help me understand. Everybody likes to clear up confusion. The challenge is very few people are able to clear it up. They make it more confusing. So look, if you can ask questions, if you can say, hey, I'm confused, help me understand. Hey, I'm confused, share with me. Hey, I'm confused. What's most important here? Because I'm confused. You said you want to be in the new home, and yet you're out looking at homes on your own, competing in a market that will never support that level of activity. I'm confused, so help me understand. What are you really trying to accomplish? Well, we really want to get into a home. Tell me more about that. Tell me about the home you want to be in. Tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. And when they tell you more, you still answer with the question, end with the question, is there anything else? Is there anything else? Over and over and over and over and over again. Make sense? See, here's the deal. Most people never get very deep within a conversation. Very few people get deep into it, because the problem is, in getting deep into it, they either expose themselves a little bit, they have to be more vulnerable, they have to be more open, they have to be more sincere, they have to be more caring, they have to be more authentic, they have to be more real. I'm just saying that's what happens. It forces you to care. It forces you to get engaged in their life. Where do you move to? I want to move to Riverton. Riverton, that's great. What's taking you to Riverton? Oh, well, I want my kids in this school. Well, most people, here's what I have found. Most people, what do you think they do? Oh, okay, that sounds great. So what's your price range you're looking at? What I want you to get into is, you're moving to Riverton, getting your kids into the right school. What do you think would be a good answer right there at that point? Or a good question to come back with?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what's important about getting to the new schools? Or just as simple as, tell me a little bit more about that. Tell me a little bit more about that. And then they'll tell you, and then you'll say, tell me more. And then they'll tell you a little bit more, tell me more about that. And then all of a sudden you move into, wow, okay, you wanted to get into the new school, the new neighborhood, you're closer to your job, your parents moved out there also, you got a sibling that's out there, family's closer. Am I hearing that? And they'll go, yeah, but then I'm still gonna finish up with what? What's the last thing I just told you? Is there anything else? And you know what sometimes they'll say? Well, yeah, we need to pay off some credit card debt because we got a lot of money and a lot of equity in this home we're selling. Wow, and I'm still gonna go down. Is there anything else? Nope, that's it. So let me make sure I understand. Connection leads to comfort. Comfort leads to leadership. When people are comfortable, they allow you to lead them. How seldom it is that people are not comfortable when they allow someone to lead them. Yes, if you were the only brain surgeon who could do the only surgery, and if they didn't like you, you probably would still do your or you still would do your surgery with them. But with 18,000 real estate agents across the state of Utah, guess what? It's important that they might like you just a little bit. So look, if they feel comfortable with you, if they're connected to you, they will allow you to lead them. Connection, the number one building block for connection is what? Questions.